Good afternoon, class. Today's topic is ecological succession. So, ecological succession, it is defined as the important characteristic feature of community. So, ecological succession means that is some of the important characteristics which are the features of the community. So, here there are two important points. That is, the first point is that the structural and composition changing ecosystem due to the change in the organisms. So it is called as a ecological succession. So now here in the ecosystem there will be a change in the organisms. Here the one organisms will be replaced by another organism. So even now let's see here there will be the species A. Species A and now let's consider a species as A. Now this species A, it will develop in a new area. So one area the ecosystem ಈ species A develop ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Okay, so on the ecosystem first totally it was empty. So next there the species A will develop. Now as the time changes, the environmental condition also changes. Now that environmental condition will become not suitable for this species A. Okay, now this species A will be replaced by another species. Now the species A is been completely removed. Okay, now after a certain period, now this species, okay, species B, it will be replaced as C. Next C, it will be replaced in the species of D. Now this is the final species which will get adopted in that particular ecosystem. So that one's final species, it is the climax species in the end of this ecosystem. So ecological succession ನಲ್ಲಿ so environment change ಆದ ಹಾಗೆ so ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಅದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಗೆ ರಿಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ A ಇದು B ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, B ಇದು C ಇದು D ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Okay, the example. Okay, so here this overall process of ecological succession, it is a gradual process. Okay, it is very gradual and it is slow process. So it will take millions of years to take place the ecological succession. Okay, now to understand here, okay, so in the starting, okay, at the start of ecosystem, the species developed. So that species developed is called pioneer species. Okay, so it is called as pioneer. So one ecosystem start ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಒಂದು ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಯಾವುದು ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸೊ ಆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ಗೆ ಪಿಯೋನಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಎಕೋಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್, ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ and at the last, okay, so ಆ ಒಂದು ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸೊ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಉಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, the species in the last, the species that survive and continues is the climax species. Okay, is the climax species. Okay, it is a climax species. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಂತಹ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಪಿಯೋನಿಯರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಟೋಟಲ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಟೋಟಲಿ ಎಂಟಿ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಅಪಿಯರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಪಿಯೋನಿಯರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ರೀಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಫೈನಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದು ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಪರ್ಮನೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಉಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ, ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ದೇ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ climax species. Okay, what they call that as a climax species. And here, so in between this pioneer and the climax, so there are series. Okay, what are the next in between the species will come. So this species are called as a serial species. Okay, ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಂತಹ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದನ್ನ serial species. So we took an example as A, B, C, D ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬರೋದು ಪಿಯೋನಿಯರ್, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೋದು ಕ್ಲೈಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್. ಸೊ ಇದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಪಿಯರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಉಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ ಒಂದು ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ, ಒಂದು ಎಕೋಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪಿಯೋನಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಅಂತ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕ್ಲೈಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ಜನರಲ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ succession. Okay, so in the ecological succession there are two major types. One is primary and another one is the secondary ecological succession. Okay, so first one is, so here the types, first one is primary and second one it is secondary. Primary and the secondary ecological succession. Okay, so in the primary and secondary ecological succession we should understand by differentiating this. Okay, so here the primary ecological succession means here the life form is absent. So not only the life form, the life organic compound and soil is absent. Okay, is absent here. In the secondary, the life form was present, which has got extinct in that particular place. Okay, so here for this primary, the example is, okay, so here for this the primary succession, here the example is cooled lava. Okay, cooled lava and new rock or the new land form. So in the secondary succession, so here the example it is like a fire forest. Okay, ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಸಕ್ಸೆಷನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೊದಲು ಯಾವುದೇ ಆದಂತಹ ಆ ಒಂದು ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ, ಒಂದು ಎಕೋಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಆದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಲೈಫ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ಎಕೋಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟುಕ್ ಆಸ್ ಫೈರ್ಡ್ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಆ ಒಂದು ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ರೀಜನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ತರಹದ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್, ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ, ಎಕೋಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್, ಸೊ ಎಕೋಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇತ್ತು ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್. So accidentally, due to the fire, all this forest got burnt. Okay, all this forest has been burnt. Now again the forest should develop, the fired forest should develop into the again a new species. So again it should develop into the new another forest alva. So illi forest modlu ittu ella taraddu organisms, ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ತರದ್ದು ಇತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಫೈರ್ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಈ ಒಂದು ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಸೊ ಅದು ಡೆಸ್ಟ್ರಾಯ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಒಂದು ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಏರಿಯಾ, ಸೊ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಲ್ಕ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ ಎರಪ್ಷನ್, ಸೊ there is a release of a lava. Now because of this lava, what all the land is there, so it has been totally covered. Okay, so land which has been totally covered. So because it has been covered with the lava, there will be no availability of soil. If there is no availability of soil, there will be no water also. If there is no water, the plant it cannot develop, right? And some the region like new rocks, right? Because it is new, there was no life form existed before. So that is what primarily life form ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸೊ ಲೈಫ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಅದು ಡೆಸ್ಟ್ರಾಯ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಪುನಃ ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಒನ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ಸಕ್ಸೆಷನ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಎಕಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ಸಕ್ಸೆಷನ್ if it takes place in water, okay, so water ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತೆ, it is called as a hydrarch. Okay, it is called as a hydrarch. If it takes place in the land, it is called as a xeroch. Okay, it is called as a xeroch, or it is also called as a hydrosphere or zero sphere. And here in this differentiation, it is a very slow process. Even this is also secondary cessation, even it is a slow, but when compared to the primary, so it is faster than primary ecological succession. Okay, so if a ecological succession takes place in water, it is called as a hydrarch. If it takes place in the land, it is called as a xeroch. Okay, it is called as xeroch. Now let's understand this xeroch, how the process will take place with the steps. Okay, so ಈ ಒಂದು ಯಾವ ತರ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಬೈ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಯಾವ ತರ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಯಾವ ತರ ರೀಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ವಿ ಶಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಬೈ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್. ಓಕೆ, okay, first one, so we should understand the process of xeroch or zero sphere. So we should understand the steps. Now let us consider there was a land and which was rich in species. Now different biodiversity because of volcanic eruption. Now it has been totally covered with the rock. Okay, it's totally covered with the lava. Now that lava is being cooled now. Okay, so the lava is cool agide. So either this be a condition or the rock, there will be the new rock form. So in that rock, so there the development of a species should take place. Okay, so for the first step here, it is nudation. Okay, so ಈ ಎಕಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ಸೆಸೆಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಅನ್ನ ನ್ಯೂಡೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನ್ಯೂಡೇಷನ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ the land for the development of species. Okay, so ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇದೆ, ಆ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಆದಂತ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. Okay, the land for the development of species. So ಈಗ ನ್ಯೂಡೇಷನ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಒಂದು ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಆದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Okay, so this one, the first step, it is the nudation. Okay, so the next step, here, so followed by the duration. The next step is invasion. Next step, it is invasion. So here the development of, the invasion of pioneer species. So as I said before, that the first species which is being developed, it is called as a pioneer species. So invasion alli ಆ ಒಂದು empty land ನಲ್ಲಿ first species develop ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಒಂದು first species ಏನು first invasion means that is entry. So first species ಆ ಒಂದು land ನಲ್ಲಿ invade ಆಯಿತು. Okay, invasion of a pioneer species. And the third step is aggregation. Okay, the third step is a aggregation. So here the adaptation and reproduction of pioneer species takes place. Okay, ಈಗ pioneer species ಈಗ ಆ ಒಂದು ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ವೇಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಗ್ರಿಯೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಪಿಯೋನಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಅದರದ್ದು ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್, ಸೊ ಆ ಒಂದು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಗೆ ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋದು, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅದು ರೀಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗೋದು, ಆ ಒಂದು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದಟ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಗ್ರಿಯೇಷನ್. And the fourth step, it is competition. Okay, so fourth step it will be competition. In the competition, so the species, the pioneer species which is being developed, so there will be the competition among the species. So here the same species compete to each other. Because it is competing to each other, so the species will get extinct. Okay, so next fourth step is a competition, and next the fifth step followed by the competition. The fifth step is the change in the ecology. Change in ecosystem. The fifth step, it is change in ecosystem. Okay, so because of the different environmental condition, so there will be the change in ecosystem which will become so that environmental condition will become unsuitable for this existing pioneer species and become more suitable for the another new species. Okay, so change in ecosystem, so it results to unfavorable condition to pioneer species and more suitable to other new species. Okay, more suitable to other new species. So ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಯಾವುದು ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ಗೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೂಟೇಬಲ್ ಆಗಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಟ್, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟಿಂಕ್ಟ್. ದೆನ್ ದಟ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ it will be favorable for the another species. Okay, so ಈಗ suppose A another species are develop ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, so ಆ ಒಂದು environmental condition ಗೆ ಸೊ ಈ ಎ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಅದು ಆ ಒಂದು ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಗೆ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ಎನ ರಿಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ವಾಸ್ ದ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇನ್ ಎಕೋಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಪುನಃ ಹೊಸದೊಂದು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ದ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ another species. So again will be followed by invasion, and again next aggregation, competition, and again change in the ecosystem. So again the process it will get replaced. So at the end, okay, so at the end, so there will be the formation of climax species. Okay, formation of climax species. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಒಂದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ರಿಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಗುವಾಗ ಸೊ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಉಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅಟ್ ದ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ದ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸರ್ವೈವ್, ಓಕೆ, ವಿಚ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸರ್ವೈವ್ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಎಕೋಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಒನ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ the climax species. So formation of climax species, the species that develops at end remains in the ecosystem, remains in that particular ecosystem. So last ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಒಂದು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಆ ಒಂದು ಎಕೋಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ಲೈಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್. ನೌ with an example we should understand this. For example, now there is a lava, okay, because of volcanic eruption. Okay, so because of volcanic eruption, so there will be the, it is being covered with the lava. So the lava has been cooled. Now in that lava, so there is a lichens. Okay, lichens will develop. So ಆ ಒಂದು lava, cooled lavaದಲ್ಲಿ lichens species develop ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Okay, the lichens it doesn't need the soil and even the soil water. So it is more capable to utilize the moisture which is present in the atmosphere. Okay, which is present in the atmosphere. So ಆ ಒಂದು ಲಾವಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ pioneer species ಆಗಿ lichens ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So and this lichens it will get, okay, so this lichen it will generate some organic compound such that organic compound will degenerate the lava. Okay, it will degenerate the lava and some layer of a soil is formed. Even the lichens in the organic compounds in barutte. Okay, after the death of this lichens, the organic compound which is released in barutte, ಆ ಒಂದು ಲಾವಾನ ಡಿಜನರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ಲೇಯರ್ಸ್ ನ ಅದು ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು there is a availability of a soil. So when there is a less availability of a soil, so with that less availability of a soil, the plants like bryophytes, okay, the plants like bryophytes can develop. So ಈಗ soil availability ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದೆ, ಆ ಕಡಿಮೆ soil availability ಇಂದ ಈಗ bryophytes develop ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Because there is a development of soil, this lichens can't present there. So now lichens will get extinct. Now the bryophytes will develop. Okay, so this lichens is being replaced by bryophytes. And because of this bryophyte, so because of its own activity, so again still more soil keeps on adding. So the bryophytes it will change as, okay, it will replace to the pteridophytes. So ಈಗ bryophytal activity ಇಂದ so ಈಗ soil add ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ soil add ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಸೊ ಈಗ bryophytes pteridophyte change ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Next, pteridophyte it will changes to gymnosperms. so it will changes to gymnosperms. And again the gymnosperms, it will changes to the angiosperms. It will changes to angiosperms. So angiosperms are the other plants. So this will consisting of a flowering trees. Now that particular ecosystem, now it is being covered with the final species, that is this one. This is a climax. So it is climax. It is climax, and this one lichens are pioneer. Okay, so this what all the species is being replaced. So this one, it is called as a ecological succession. So this was all about the steps, the types of the ecological succession with an example. Thank you.